Hello and welcome everybody to my Let's Play of Satisfactory. And today, this episode, the 13th, is the first one that I'm going to live broadcast. Hopefully, things will run a lot smoother. We have recently upgraded in the last episode, got Tier 3 or Mark 3 logistics, and we managed to get the technology for Mark 2 miners. And of course we added this giant beast of a power station. We expanded our power station by another 8 here. But now we need to do this to the left side here. Or to the right side here, excuse me. We need to expand it and add another 8. And we need to figure out where we're going to do that, because up here on this cliff, space is rather limited. And I really don't want to try to run pipes up and over and then bury all this stuff, because the pumps that we got here, there's not enough of them, not enough space for the pumps. So in the last episode, episode 12, we managed to actually build out our pump layout on the other lake. And let's have our basher ready just in case the spider's back. And I think that's where we're going to build our power facility, and we'll pipe the coal over as we have done with our steel foundry. So let's get to it. Alright, so I don't know if I'm going to pipe these up like I did the last one, all the way up here. I'm thinking, honestly, what we need to do is build our power facility, these other 8 generators down low. Like if we can down there. And then pipe the coal in from above. So let's go down here and have a look and see what we can do. Oh, whoa, we don't want to do that. That way we're not too overcrowding our equipment here, overcrowding area. So plus there's not much we could do here. Let's see what other resources we may have here. Iron, that's coming back negative. Copper, copper's coming back negative. Double check that again, because it's not a whole lot of space down here. So if we can get up high to put this platform in, that'd be perfect. And there's no copper down here. How about this guy? Alright, none of that, so perfect. That's just perfect. So let's have a look at our inventory. Okay, I got a couple spaces, perfect, because we got some work to do here. We got to get rid of these trees. They are in our way, and they're going to cause us all sorts of issues if we let them stay. Alright, let's head on up. And yes, kiddos, I would recommend you do not run with the chainsaw in real life. At least not one that's alive like this guy. There's something up there, I can hear it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to zoop ourselves a platform. Okay, let's get it started.
You are so lucky that you found this most valuable artifact.
So we'll only have to go, we won't have to go as far with the water. let's get up there and have a look. Okay, that's gonna generate some issues. We actually have a ship up here, a busted ship, so... This might kill me. Oh. Okay, let's get rid of this. So we're gonna not want to build it on that one. We'll build it on top of this hill. And we only need a platform that's about a 10 by 6, so it's not like it's a big problem. Alright, let's chop you down. Chop you down. So, yeah, we really don't have to build this right away, but we might as well get it out of the way. It's something that's gonna have to happen. We want to utilize our power effectively. So, building this power plant, this expansion, allows for us to do that. So let's put you here. Okay. Let's go up one more. Okay, let's switch over to Zoop mode. And put a ladder all the way up. Okay, now this should give us enough of a platform to work with up here. Let's get rid of this tree now. Come on, don't clip me out. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look here. Yeah, we'll come up here and we're going to come out one more. Okay, and to make this look like it's something a little bit more out of the reality, we'll just have that pillar come down for now. We don't have enough concrete to continue, so I don't want to go back up to base to grab anymore at the moment. But alright, but we're going to have to do that before we start piping everything over here, so... Okay, so the way these guys are going to face, they're going to be facing this way. And you're actually gonna have to come forward one. We need room for the for electrical behind the unit. All right. So yeah, this biome that we're in, it's resource rich, but it's one of the harder biomes to build in. That's 7 of our 8. Let's see if we can, I don't know, slipping that one in right there. Let's slip it in on this end. And get this whole assembly up and running. Okay. Okay, no, no, no. Okay, I'm gonna have to run back and get more concrete, because we are not going to be able to finish this project without it. So yeah, we have to go back anyway. We don't have enough for that 8th generator. Uh-oh, no crash. Yep, this has been a problem with this game from the start. Not even 10 minutes into this, 12 minutes into this recording, and already we're going to have a crash. Let's do a restart. And that's sad, because I've verified the files of this game probably a dozen times, and still it crashes. And look, it put us back at a spot where it's not complete. That's wonderful. It's just wonderful. Thank you, stupid game. Means we have to cut all this crap down again. Alright, so let's see here. Power plants are 4 long. And we only have enough materials to build 7 of them right now. Okay, let's get these guys back in again. And then we're going to have to run up to the main base. And I'm actually going to save this. See if that helps to resolve the issue. Sometimes it does. Okay, so we can't build any more. Save it. Okay, let's go and see if we may have made a new path here to get up. I'm not sure. And yeah, we're actually relatively close to the main base, believe it or not. This is actually a lot closer than the coal power facility, or it seems that way, but in a lot of ways we can get there pretty quick. Yes, remember this trick, my friends. You could use your conveyor belts to propel yourself at higher speeds. So we need more concrete, and we need more reinforced steel plate. Now, when we do get done with the upgrade to the power facility, our next challenge will be to upgrade our steel mill and iron mills, respectively. A steel mill upgrade will include, and probably will happen first, because we need to start producing those stators for the space elevator. And honestly, the truth is we need to focus on that so that we can get that done. So that way that could be done before we finish the tier 4 upgrades. Excuse me, tier 4 milestones. Because we really can't move to tier 5, since tier 5 is an odd tier, until we've met all the prereqs, which is, for us, we have to have Space Elevator 2, have completed the Space Elevator task list before we can do that. And whilst we're here, we got some more materials that we can drop into we could turn into biofuel. Biofuel may not be used anymore for power production, but it will be used for moving resources around via tractor. So it is still a relevant fuel source, at least for the time being. Yes, we have those Mark III belts. They're going to come in handy. Let's go pick up our concrete. And let's get back down there to finishing off this power facility. Glitchy door, how nice. Have we even made it into the bottom container? Yeah, we have. I'm gonna take 1,500. That should be enough to suffice our needs for now. Let's check here. I have 92 steel plate in inventory. We're going to have to deal with that too. trying to dump any extra resources we may have because we need the inventory space, so anything that's not of use to us, we're trying to get it out of our inventory. Alright, that opens up quite a bit. And let's be on our way back over to the satellite plant. That's what I'm going to call this. Phase 2 is a satellite plant. And it's important. It really is. So to give us 2,400 megawatts off coal. And that 2,400 megawatts will be enough for us to do our expansions and to continue growth without having to use any of our biofuel. Which for us is very important. The less biofuel we could use in creating electricity, the better. Because unlike coal, biofuel requires us to refuel. Every time we use it, we have to refuel. And that creates an issue for us. Okay, so this should put the 8th plant down. Let's see here. Yes, it does. And now we're going to start with the conveyor system for this plant. This is first, so we're going to need splitters. After we get this in, we're going to get these all piped up. These 4 new generators. Water turbines piped up, excuse me, they're not generators. And that right there should get us into a position where once we bring the coal over, these will just kick on. Yep, we can't deny ourselves another 600 megawatt, that's for sure. It's just too darn important. Electricity is the most important commodity in the game, in my opinion. If you don't have enough power, you can't do anything. You won't be able to do anything you want to. And thus far in this game, we're pretty well automated. Okay, so there is our belt. Now let's make it look nice. We're out of steel plate. Great. So another trip back up to the factory. Because we forgot to pick up some steel plate. That's wonderful. Oh, no, 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 no. Ow. Now, this one is a bit different than the last plant because we're shipping the coal out here versus shipping the water. It is a lot cheaper in the long run, somewhat, to ship the water. Or at least it may possibly be that way. But in this case, we're out of room over there. So we'll send the coal along this line. Alright, we're heading back to grab steel. Once we have that, then we'll be in tip-top shape for the next phase of construction, which is getting the pipe in. Once we have the pipe in and we have those turbines up and running, then we have to send the conveyor belt out this way. And that there could be might be a little bit of a pain in the butt. We're gonna find out though. I think 4 stacks should be enough to keep us running for a while. Oh no, we only got 2 down here. Better get upstairs and grab another 2 from the upstairs container. Yeah, that's right, you heard me right. I've got another container of iron ore on the upper floor. We're nowhere near running out, guys. And so if I come over here, ta-da! And that's gonna actually blast right back down through because this line's been stopping and going, and now it's going to be continuous for a while. It might take a few minutes to get there, but it will be there eventually, but it'll be right back to where it was there pretty quick. What's in this container, huh? Oh, quite a bit of those. Nice. Let's go check on our versatile frames too while we're up here. Well, that's a good sign. We're seeing modular frames being lined up, which means that this machine is producing top notch and is full on that. We still need another 50 or so to be where we need to be. How's the steel production? I'm going to take 2 of these, and I'm going to top this off with 1 of them, so that way that machine can get ahead a little bit. Alright, heading down. Oh, I hate these plant things. Can't wait till we can blow them up. Alright, so almost back to the plant now. Let's get over there and get this all wired up, ready to run. Okay. Okay, so there is our coal side of it. Now we need to get the water side up and running. Needs to come out at least one more. Now some of you are probably wondering how come I'm not really struggling too much working in 3 dimensions. Because I've heard that about a lot of people, that they struggle with this game because you're building in 3 dimensions and it's not easy. Well, I am a mechanical engineer and work with CAD software all day long that is in 3 dimensions. And I'll tell you now that when you do that all day and you work with that type of software all day, it does make it easier playing games like this that are in 3 dimensions and actually designing things in 3 dimensions in a video game. Let's see, that's 3, that's 4 hubs. These 2 are different. Okay. And there is that. So let's get these guys to a spot where we can drop them down. I think I want to drop, I'm going to take them over here. And drop them down over here. That way we're not, actually I'll drop that one down there. Yeah, actually I will drop them both down together. So we get the pumps up and running right away. That's just going to make things run smoother when okay, and this one's going to have to come. We're going to need to tuck this pipe in just a little bit more. Okay, so let's finish up here real quick. We do need to wire this power plant up and get it up to the grid. Hopefully we can do this very, very carefully. We don't want to attract the ultra spitter over here. You can always remember that always remember this, guys. Those of you who are new to this, the more power, the better. You are going to come across a point when you're designing your factory, though, and you're going to get shut down. You're going to get locked out because of power issues. Don't be afraid when that happens. Just, face it and deal with it. Honestly, it's very simple to deal with normally, so at least from my experience, I've noticed it's pretty simple. Let's see here. I think that one there's got 3. Bounce it onto that one. Okay, so we got power up here now. Okay, so our objective now is to get these guys piped in. Okay, there's that guy. So we're going to bump this pipe's going to go up and above this pipe. Yes, that's right. We are going to stack them. And these are too close. Let's hope this works, because this would be a lot of wasted materials in vain. Okay. Actually, it's just not even connected yet. Make sure it can connect to there first. I need to come over one more. Okay, so that stacks that guy in. That bottles and bridges you up. And now we can come over to here. Okay. This pipe's going to go to the inner. Okay, there's that. Okay, so now this is all ready to rock and roll. Now we just got to wire these guys in. Okay, that wires them in. So we want to lift right here. Maybe some lift pumps. And I want to put 2 lift pumps at the very top as well. And it's best, sometimes it's never a bad idea to have an extra set of pumps. It never hurt anything, so... I know some of you say, well, why would you do this? You really don't need them. Well, the truth is, we might need them. Okay, those guys are going to fill up. Let's start working the conveyor belt problem. Now, conveyor belts are a lot cheaper to work with than having to deal with the pipe, I think. So, actually, I said that was wrong earlier. It's cheaper to send the water over, so we're doing the exact opposite of what is actually best, could be in best interest for our factory, or at least for resources. Right now, we really don't have a choice. We have no other methods of transportation. And that's what I thought, too steep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of these right here. We'll just put a lift mark 1 in for now, and we'll convert it over to a lift mark 3 here in a second. Okay, so now we have a way of getting the conveyor system up here. And now we begin our run across open ground. And let's actually run it along this pipe here. That way we don't have to risk having too much stuff run along the ground out there. Okay, here we go. As you can see, yes, it's expensive to do this, but we do not have an issue with production of steel right now. And honestly, that's only going to get better as time progresses. Yes, it's cost us quite a bit of steel plate or steel beam. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump it up here to the height that it's supposed to be. Okay, let's see here. Okay, here we go. That way we don't have to really go that far. We're already in line with our generator. Okay, so we got one more task we have to do before we really can finish this upgrade. And that is we have to upgrade the miner, the Mark 1 miner, to a Mark 2. Before we connect it, we want to do that. Okay, so that's going to require us to have a look and see what our inventory space looks like. We do have enough room to get those box reinforced beam girders in. If I remember correctly, all of this should be Mark 3. And it is. One of those. And we need 10 of these. Well, I really hope we have enough steel beams left to handle this. We should be good on that, but I don't really know the answer to that. So, okay, first things first. Modular frames. Really? Modular frames to hold this up? You know what? Let's see here. I think I could build those. It'd be faster for us just to manufacture them here. And 10, so it's 2, 4, 6, 8, and then of course the final 2. 10. Okay. So now we're going to go to 7. We're going to click Mark 2. And before we do anything, let's make sure this thing's actually doing what it's supposed to. And it is perfect. So now what we want to do now is hook up our second power plant, the expansion. And that does it, guys. Our power plant is finally complete. It's okay, so If I take a look at my power poles right now, I can see that I've got 1800. Any minute now, that stuff's going to hit the final expansion, and we're going to see the first jumps. We haven't even gotten to the head of the coal yet. Now our water system here is already up and running. And this is going to be a perfect way to end this video because I do have other things going on. It is a Friday night after all. Let's see. And here it goes. And there she goes. Now it may take a little bit to get those last 3 to fully come online. But I would expect that when it does, we'll be looking at 2,400 megawatts of power from our 2 coal mines. Which is flippin' awesome. We have more resources than we need. That's perfect. That's what we want. Let's make sure everything is working properly. If I hit E here, yes, we can see the jumps are happening, which means that we can get our butts back over to the main facility. Because our next upgrades, the next thing we're going to be worried about is our steel plant. Is our steel and iron plant. So let's start working on that. This line here is going to get upgraded to a Mark III line. Ow. This one here will stay a Mark II because until we get Mark III minor, we're not going to be able to carry any more than 120 pieces per minute. Because that's all the mine's going to put out unless we overclock it, which we probably will. Good to see the modular frame back up. Okay, so let's have a look at this last piece of infrastructure we need. And I think we're going to put that over here in this corner. So it's an assembler. Let's have a look at the one. Stator. So it's going to be 15 and 40. So 40 wire in, 15 steel pipe in. I think that will be fine for now. What are we putting out steel pipe wise? We are putting out 40. So yeah, that'll be perfectly fine. Well, let's see if we can get this belted in before the end of the day here. And we don't need anything more than a Mark I belt, so let's actually have it line up parallel with this. Now we don't have any coal over on this, or excuse me, any copper over here, but let's It's not like I'm worried about copper. I've got plenty of copper back over at the other line, over at the other base, so we're going to run a line over there. And how are we going to do this here? There's going to be 3 more of those here, so we need to make sure we leave room for that. I think I know how. We'll run this back over here like so. And then we'll put a floor hole in. Okay, so this one here, we're going to need 40 a minute, so we could do just a standard belt. That way we keep it around 60, we don't have too much overflow. There's our floor hole. Let's keep this along the roof. And what we're going to do is we'll pipe it right to here. And now we're ready to rock and roll in this direction. Perfect. There's too long. I'm gonna cut a hole there. We'll get it all the way down to here. And then we'll pipe it into there. Over here, we're going to run along the back side. And actually, we'll drop it down right here. Let's go find out exactly where we need to pipe up and in here. I think it's right about here-ish, isn't it? No, it's actually right here. Okay, so let's drop this guy down. We're going to want to drop it. Let's put a 3. We're going to put a double hole in this one. I don't think we're ever going to use the second one, but this will give us the better alignment. No double stacking. Okay, that should give us that. And it's not aligned at all. And it's the top one we want, it's not the bottom one. Okay, let's try just a center. And see how well that one fares. That's going to be much cleaner. I think that'll work. We got to go put that thing up, that conveyor belt into that hole, otherwise we're going to have issues. Alright, here. Coming down. Oh, we still have an alignment issue. What I think we're going to do is we're going to run it up. Just cut that panel out and run it to it. And there it goes. Now we got to race it back over there. Make sure that we got the right production, get a cargo container set up, and then we'll be calling it. Because this will be an episode. Let's have a look here. We got powered up. It is set to build stators, perfect. Need more steel beam, that's not a problem. Okay. And let's see, this is going to yield us 5 a minute. And that'll be great. Well, guys, that is it for today's episode. And I will see you on the next one.